Here at VENTI, we empower you to breathe freely. We're dedicated to our belief that everyone should have access to clean and healthy air. Our purpose is to promote healthier living by delivering fresh air through efficient and continuous mechanical ventilation. We have various customer types, including domestic customers, social housing and builders, etc.
Bad ventilation can be detrimental to the health of a building and its inhabitants, and yet up to 50% of homes in the UK suffer from a lack of effective air ventilation. Bad ventilation is the prime cause of mold and damp, which is a key driver in producing allergens. Clean air is free, so why not use it? Welcoming the Fluxo Air Vent, a product designed to eliminate and prevent damp and mold in your home. The Fluxo unit runs continuously to draw fresh air in and extract stale air out in a 70-second cycle. This specialized air vent retains 82% of heat within a room and costs just £5 to run for a whole year. Both the internal and external filters can be removed and washed easily. The Fluxo unit can be operated at 3 different speeds by a switch on the wall below the unit, or it can be pre-programmed into the unit control panel, blocking any user engagement. The Fluxo unit can also be set to extract only if room overheating becomes an issue. Its quality whisper-quiet design meets the latest building regulations, and it is an effective and far better alternative to trickle vents. The Fluxo simply requires a 100mm core through the wall and an electrical power supply, making it a simple option for new builds or to retrofit into an existing building. Fluxo, making ventilation simple, effective and compliant. Brought to you by VENTI, the clean air movement.
At VENTI, we are aware of the increasing problems with damp and mould in our homes in the UK. Here are a few tips on how to deal with these issues. Heating. This should be kept between an average of 18 to 21 degrees centigrade. Washing. Washing should be dried outside or tumble dried with proper ventilation. Washing should not be dried on a radiator. Doing this releases moisture into your home and vaporizes the chemicals in the washing powders. Or it should be dried in a bathroom with a proper extract vent. When cooking, keep lids on pans and hob extraction on. Turn down the heat once the pan has boiled. Ventilation. Open windows and vents when possible. Allow fresh air in. Do this for at least 20 minutes after a shower. This is known as purge ventilation. Make sure that your bathroom fans are on and working correctly if you do have a ventilation system. Beds and furniture. Leave a gap between external walls and any large furniture. If possible, place the furniture against an internal wall. Blocking an external wall can reduce airflow, trap moisture, and allow for a build-up of condensation.
First reading on our meter shows very high levels of CO2, high levels of particulates and an extremely high humidity at 64%. Second room with the ventilation installed, we can see readings of around about 1,000 parts per million. Ideally, the room should be between 400 and 1,000 parts per million. Reduced levels of CO2 and air pollution in the home means a much healthier space.
We're contacted by a large, well-known housing association who had a tenant block which had a lot of mould and damp and condensation issues. It was over 160 residential apartments which all required ventilation to be fitted. Working in partnership with the consulting engineers, we recommended our Fluxo single room heat recovery vent because it provides fresh air into a space whilst retaining the heat. How this works is it extracts stale air for 70 seconds and retains the heat in its unique heat exchanger. It then draws in fresh air from outside for 70 seconds, warming it back up with 82% efficiency and putting it into the room. VENTI attended site during the installation of the pilot scheme. This was to ensure the electrical contractor was familiar with the installation of the product and the correct settings for the vent ongoing. The feedback was very good. The electrical contractor was pleased with how easy vents were to install, and the housing association was very pleased with the speed of install as they're on timeline for this project. We had good feedback from the residents. Firstly, there was minimal disruption when installing the product, and secondly, we had good feedback about the improvement in the air quality in their dwellings once these had been running.
With my partner, she's got asthma. When she was in this room, it would make it slightly hard to breathe, which might just be a slight inconvenience, but over years I think that would definitely build up and do damage to your health. But yeah, if she could choose not to be in this room, she wouldn't be. That's how much it would be affecting her. One of the main things was that we would get mould in the actual wardrobe and on clothes, which was a right pain because you don't want to have to be buying new clothes all the time or washing them, trying to scrub mould out of them. But since having it in, the clothes seem to be fine really, and you would notice it on something like that, a very light coloured clothing, you would see all the black dots on it. Can't seem to see any mould since having it put in. About 90% of that is gone now. You really have to look for it if you want to see any mould, especially like the areas where the fan is around that. It's definitely reduced it quite a lot, particularly under here. There's a little tiny bit maybe, but yeah, definitely about 90% reduction, if not more. So this unit is particularly great because with a room this size, it actually changes the air every hour. It will change it once every hour, which is good because you know you've got that constant air coming in and out then 24 hours a day. It's very cost efficient. If you had something like a dehumidifier on all the time, that would be costing you a lot of money. So it does save you money in that sense as well. And it looks a lot nicer than having a dehumidifier sat in the middle of a room. It's quite subtle.
At Green, as retrofit specialists, we transform UK homes to make them as sustainable as possible. One of our key partners on the journey is VENTI, who are ventilation experts that provide innovative ventilation solutions for properties that we are improving. Ventilation isn't only about circulating air within the property, it's about creating a healthier, more comfortable living environment for families and occupants. At Live Green, we understand that every property has unique needs, so we do conduct thorough stock analysis on behalf of our clients to understand how we can make properties healthier and more sustainable for all. One of the key areas that we look for in a property is how well ventilated it is. Ventilation is essential for a number of key reasons. By improving airflow and temperature regulation, ventilation systems can help reduce energy consumption and utility costs associated with heating. Not only this, but adequate ventilation controls moisture levels, preventing the buildup of damp and mould. This is particularly important with the introduction of AWAB's law. Thirdly, comfort levels. Ventilation systems contribute to maintaining comfortable indoor temperature by circulating air throughout the home. Proper airflow helps distribute heat evenly in winter and promotes cooling in summer, reducing the reliance on heating systems whilst keeping residents comfortable. Finally, one of the huge benefits of VENTI solutions is that they are easy to install, which means that we're in residents' homes for less time, reducing the impact and inconvenience for our clients' residents, whilst providing an innovative solution to their ventilation needs. From simple upgrades to some of our most complex retrofits, VENTI offers tailored solutions to meet each property's needs. At Live Green, our team leverages cutting-edge technology to deliver results that exceed expectations. Live Green are proud to work with VENTI on achieving this goal.
At VENTI, we provide a complete range of domestic ventilation products and services. Centralised whole house ventilation systems, decentralized ventilation systems, ventilation accessories, a full service range including surveys, designs of ventilation systems and strategies, advice on dealing with damp and mould and other ventilation related issues, maintenance, servicing, and supply of parts and consumables. Thanks for listening, and we'd love to hear from you.